In the 1940s, scientists deliberately infected prison inmates with malaria, and mosquitoes were just kept a few feet away in glass cages. During World War II, malaria was one of the deadliest threats facing soldiers deployed across the Pacific and North Africa. The parasite, Plasmodium, was killing and incapacitating thousands of troops every year. So researchers turned to an unlikely laboratory, Statesville Penitentiary in Illinois. In a series of experiments known as the Statesville Penitentiary Malaria experiments, hundreds of inmates volunteered to be infected with malaria so scientists could test new anti-malarial drugs. To infect them, researchers used mosquitoes carrying Plasmodium falciparum, the most lethal malaria parasite. These parasites were transmitted by Anopheles mosquitoes, which had been raised in laboratory colonies and deliberately infected with malaria. When the mosquitoes bit the prisoners, they injected sporozytes, the motile infectious stage of the parasite, into the bloodstream. Within minutes, those sporozytes traveled to the liver, invading hepatocytes and beginning the parasite's first stage of replication. After several days, thousands of new parasites burst from the liver cells and entered the bloodstream as myriazocytes, which is when the real disease begins. The parasites invade red blood cells, hijacking their metabolism and multiplying inside them. As infected cells rupture in synchronized cycles, they release more parasites and inflammatory molecules into the blood. It is when the parasite does this that you get the classic malaria symptoms: high fever, chills, anemia, and severe systemic inflammation. At Statesville, scientists carefully track these infection cycles, monitoring parasite levels in blood smears and testing experimental treatments, including drugs related to chloroquine and primaquine. This data helped scientists understand the malaria life cycle and identify drugs that could stop the parasite before it destroyed red blood cells. And these discoveries would later help to protect millions of soldiers and civilians across the world. However, the ethics of this experiment were still controversial. Many prisoners volunteered in exchange for reduced sentences and small payments, raising difficult questions about whether consent was possible behind prison bars. Ultimately, the experiments advanced malaria science, but they also remind us that the medical progress has sometimes come from ethically complicated sources. Guys, if you want to see more content like this, please subscribe. See you in the next one.